The question to you then, and we'll have some commentators to prompt our conversation, 2,400 jobs directly with Flybe, then associated jobs at all the airports they serve, the staff there, the shops, even the taxi drivers in a way, because of the people they ferry, the businessmen and women they ferry to, and others ferry to and from the airports. A lot of jobs. The regional connectivity that Flybe provides. But, of course, it is, in single quotes, a bailout. Would you have pressed pause on the tax demand believed to be in the region of £106 million? Your views in a moment. Let's turn first to an economist. Alfie Stirling is head of economics at the new Economics Foundation. A bit of a brutal question, Mr. Stirling, but would you have done? Good morning.
Hi there, Nick. Thanks for having me on. The question, sorry, was what would I have done?
Would you have bailed them? Well, we say bailout. Would you have deferred the tax bill?
I probably wouldn't have, and I think the reason is twofold. Actually, I think we have to step back and think about what are the objectives in all of this. I think most people would agree on the objectives. It would be UK needs really good, high quality regional connectivity, and particularly outside London. That is absolutely the case. But we also need to fly less as a country and fly less as a planet, because the planet is seriously overheating. So if those are the objectives, I think the problem is that both this response and the government's wider strategy are failing. And I think if you take the immediate question about this this bailout in inverted commas, what we're talking about is a deferred tax bill of 100 million, as your producer put into the kind of preamble to this. But this tax is a duty, and it's highly unusual for duties to be deferred, and that's because it shouldn't make the airline any more profitable. It's supposed to be paid by the customer, and the airline company just acts as a go-between. They just pass it straight on to government. So the question has to be, why wasn't this 100 million passed on when the customers paid it? Why didn't the owners of this company, Virgin and Delta indirectly via Virgin, who've got huge profits, huge pockets, where did that 100 million get spent? Why wasn't it spent in improving the business?
They're probably using it just to keep the business running. I mean, we can only guess at that, but I would imagine that's what's keeping the planes flying and the pilots and staff paid, I imagine.
Which I think that's probably right. And I think that then takes us to the second point about the wider strategy. And we need to have viable transport connecting our regions, and that means transport isn't overly expensive, that people want to be on it, and that isn't going to overheat the planet. And so investment has to be in the firms and public bodies that run rail networks. We have to get off planes and onto trains. But
we're not going to do that to save these 2,400 direct jobs, are we? We're not going to be able to do that in time for those men and women. That's surely a key here.
So I think the jobs are really important. I wouldn't agree that this doesn't, talking about other forms of transport isn't relevant here. I think that nobody is saying that we don't need to maintain the current number of jobs in the transport sector as a whole. In fact, it needs to grow, quite definitely needs to grow. A lot of the skills that are used in the kind of supply chains of Flybe, in the airports, in the hubs, as you said, in the kind of retail sectors that are around those hubs, they are all transferable into other transport hubs, other parts of the rail industry. The software skills, the engineering skills, those are all highly valuable, highly relevant. So I don't think anyone is saying here, we don't need these skills, we don't need these jobs. The question is, are we delivering social need in the right way? Are we connecting regions in the right way? And are we doing so in a way which isn't overheating the planet?